Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and Captain America Brave New World released a new special look trailer with our first real look at the leader under an Uncle Sam hat. So who knows how big that head really is, but there are also other details that we found in this and in a recent, very strange advertisement for Microsoft. Also some interesting looks at Funko figurines, quotes from the producer, and new scoops that Chris Evans and Hayley Atwell are returning to the MCU in Avengers Doomsday as alternate versions of Captain America, who will face the Avengers team led by our Captain America, Sam Wilson. So there's a lot to break down here, so let's get to all of it. And before we do, just a bit of an announcement here. New Rockstars does have an official channel membership. You can find it just by clicking that join button down by subscribe, and it's really a great way to support what we're doing here at New Rockstars. We started the perks just kind of at a basic level, but if you're able to do it, and if you're feeling so inclined, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at this special look.
You know I've been no fan of heroes, but even I can't deny the good that you've done. Work with me, Sam. Country needs Captain America.
The world is on the brink of war. It's my job to fix it. What if it's a trap? Stand by for proof of death. Somebody is pulling the strings on everything.
Captain America.
You don't even know what this is. You want me? Come and get me!
Tell me I don't make your old gear look brand new.
Who's saying that?
Everybody.
Okay, there are some really interesting details here. First off are these new shots of Sam Wilson in the blue Captain America winged suit in this battle around Tiamat between the US military and the Japanese military. They call Tiamat Celestial Island in this movie, and it's still in the Indian Ocean. And I just love how you can see different parts of Tiamat's hand and fingers in the background as Sam is flinging the shield around. And we see how that tree frisbee practice that he put in during the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is really paying off here. And really, I just love the hazy distance shots of just pieces of Tiamat's body. The sense of scale of this battle is one thing I'm really looking forward to with this movie. Next, this shot of Marvel Studios is back to having T'Challa's Black Panther hitting his impact blast. And it's interesting that they include that part of it in this promo because we are seeing Sam's old suit using kinetic energy in a similar way in this movie. When he lands in that courtyard, he blasts everyone out using that kind of redirected force. And we know that Wakandans are going to be in this movie because Kevin Feige confirmed that Sam's new suit as well, the one that he fights Red Hulk with in that Cherry Blossom Street battle, was also designed by the Wakandans. So maybe even Wakandans will be part of this plot and might have a role in the resource war for adamantium. We hear Sam saying the world is on the brink of war, it's my job to fix it, making me wonder why is it his job in particular? And I think it's not his role as Captain America, it's his role as an Avenger. Now, I have to correct something here. The shots of Sam in his old version of the suit with the white cowl and everything by that fountain courtyard do not take place in Austria. I don't know why I said that in a previous video. This is actually in the Philippines because of that crazy Microsoft ad. Play the clip.
Let's go! Joaquin, it's me. You get in?
Copy you, Cap.
What are we dealing with, co-pilot?
Looks heavily fortified.
You got this, Cap?
Wait for it.
Ha dale.
So, look, I know you're a little busy right now, but I have been thinking about some upgrades for the suit, my Falcon suit, and I'm feeling green.
I'm kind of busy right now.
Right, yeah, we can talk about this later. But you do like green, though, right? Cap? Right? You better like the green, because it's gonna be green.
Come and get me!
Yeah, this is very weird. I don't know if this is like part of the movie or if they're just like using this to design his suit or make it green. Whatever. But in this, you see Joaquin Torres bringing up the page for Fuerte de Andres, which is a historical site, and it would definitely work as just a nearby country where any adamantium gathered from that site could be moved to or stolen from. Thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. December has got everybody thinking of gifts. The best gifts are the gifts that keep on giving, the things that improve your life, not just once, but over and over again. Therapy can enrich your life by giving you a set of emotional tools you can use again and again and again. And to get started with therapy, there's really no easier way than BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a platform where therapists and their clients can communicate effectively so you can get the most out of therapy. They carefully make sure therapists on the platform are well qualified, and their customer support team is there to help you if you have any questions. Just fill out the questionnaire and you will match with a therapist in as little as a couple days. If the first therapist doesn't feel like the right fit, you can easily switch to another one until you find someone you really connect with. BetterHelp also provides a journal for personal reflection, plus group sessions on a variety of topics are available every day. Users love BetterHelp, and they have over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot. If you are struggling and think you'd benefit from a therapy session, click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/newrockstars and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Also, some other details from that commercial. Joaquin has Scott Lang's book, Look Out for the Little Guy, on his desk, and I think that might be an Easter egg in this movie because they used the same set for it, and it would mean that Joaquin is just reading up on the Avengers history from the Infinity Saga, probably because he wants to join the new era of the team, and he wants to know what the legacy and what the historical lessons to be learned are from older battles that they fought. Also, Joaquin has a bottle of Pinga Doce juice on the left side of frame. This is from the 2008 Incredible Hulk film, and after one of these bottles showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine, also there was like an advertisement for one outside of Scott Lang's apartment in a deleted scene in Ant-Man. I just love how Marvel Studios loves bringing this back. And then we see Giancarlo Esposito's Seth Volker Sidewinder saying, "Stand by for proof of death." He is the head of the Serpent Society, and he's prominently placed on the new poster that was released, but the leader does not show up in any form on that poster. But he does show up here. Someone shorter than we expected, wearing an Uncle Sam hat, pushing through the crowd at what looks like a press conference, but if you look in the background, that is Walter Reed Hospital, implying that someone important has been injured. Has the president been injured through some kind of event? And then through that medical procedure could be how he becomes the Red Hulk. But this Uncle Sam hat is kind of like a fun joke, right? Not only do we have the American propaganda figure of Uncle Sam saying, "I choose you," enlisting you in some great fight, but it also is tall enough that it would conceal any size of a head. We don't know how big his head is, and Marvel Studios has been pretty effective hiding this from us. I think they don't want another MODOK situation, but there was a Funko Pop figurine that showed many characters in this movie, including Samuel Stearns The Leader, and his cranium doesn't look that much bigger. It is green, but you know, Funko Pops always have somewhat exaggerated physical features. I think it's gonna be a bit bigger, but not like huge. At least something that can fit in the hat. I just think the forehead is gonna be slightly bigger than the last shot we saw of Samuel Stearns in that 2008 film, and then maybe just like Timberlake Nelson's normal head, but the top part of the cranium is like 15% larger than it should. 15%, that feels about right. But we also see him in this scene in what looks like a normal looking silhouette as he says, "Captain America, you don't even know what this is." They won't show us his face, so there's gonna be something interesting about his face. Again, I don't think it's just gonna be a green Tim Blake Nelson. I think there's gonna be a bit of an enlargement. Then more President Thaddeus Ross as Red Hulk shots and the Cherry Blossom Street battle. And I honestly think just these trailer shots is the reason why a survey of like 4,000 American moviegoers said that Captain America Brave New World is their #1 most anticipated film of 2025. Something that surprised me quite a bit, but I honestly think just a lot of people are really pumped to see Indiana Jones turn into a Red Hulk. It feels like we might be living in kind of like two different realities on this film. There's like the fans out there who are just ready for a big, flashy, colorful, big battle Marvel movie. And then you have people who are like talking about it on social media and reporting on this movie who have just like heard a lot of mixed reporting on it and have heard things about multiple rounds of test screenings not going well and reshoots needed and just feel like this might not work. And I just don't really know what to believe anymore. I kind of feel like I'm in a Brave New World on whether or not this will be a good movie. Then we see the movie logo now showing a world map on the shield of Captain America with the concentric rings. And what's interesting about it is it's just North and South America right in the middle of it, with the Yucatan Peninsula of Mexico right in the middle of the star. And I don't know if that's significant, but that is right around where Tlalocan is. Then we see Joaquin Torres in flight with the green Falcon suit. And he says, "I make your old gear look brand new." And Sam's like, "Who's saying that?" I actually prefer Joaquin's armor here to whatever Sam is wearing, because you can actually see armor plating that looks like armor, as opposed to Sam's suit from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier era that just kind of looks more cloth than vibranium to me. Okay, some other updates that I wanted to give here. The Wrap confirmed that Chris Evans is returning for Avengers Avengers Doomsday. And I made a whole video about that last week that broke down how this casting could answer the unanswered questions about Steve Rogers' time travel and multiverse logic at the end of Avengers Endgame. And I think a lot of you were like, that's your whole pitch for Doomsday? No, my friends. I have done a lot of theory videos about how I think it's going to very closely adapt the events of Jonathan Hickman's Time Runs Out storyline that leads into the 2015 Secret Wars arc. I still think that's the general game plan, specifically with like Robert Downey Jr. playing a multiversal version of Doom who becomes a God Emperor Doom. I am just talking about specifically how Chris Evans might have a multiversal path to get there. But after I made that video, Scooper Jeff Snyder claimed that Chris Evans might be playing Nomad, that version of the character. I'm not really sure about that. Personally, I thought the whole soldier with no country era of Steve Rogers was what we already saw at the end of Civil War and in Infinity War, but I don't have the same sources everyone else does, so I guess we'll see. But it's also been confirmed that Hayley Atwell will now be appearing in Avengers Doomsday as well, presumably playing another version of Captain Carter, one who's still alive, perhaps even a live action version of the one coming right out of What If Season 3, which premieres this week. And maybe that is why this reporting is coming out, because this upcoming season is going to answer some questions about the connection between What If and Doomsday and Secret Wars. We also got this interesting quote from Nate Moore, the Marvel executive who's kind of directly responsible for Captain America Brave New World. He said that, "I think that Avengers teams are best when they are led by a Captain America." And he said this movie gives us a little bit of space to talk about where are the Avengers? What does it mean to have Avengers? And is Sam the right guy to lead them? And when I read that, I think, finally, we're going to answer the question of who the Avengers are right now. And I think this movie is going to start to answer the question of there are actually multiple Avengers teams. Sam Wilson, Captain America, will be leading the 616 Avengers, but we're going to have another Avengers groups, the Thunderbolts. They're just going to call themselves the Avengers. The Young Avengers might call themselves the Avengers. And then we're going to have Avengers teams from other universes who call themselves the Avengers. Comment down below with all of your thoughts on this. Again, please support New Rockstars in a membership option just by hitting that join button down below. Follow me at EA Voss. Subscribe to all 3 channels in the New Rockstars network for breakdowns and news coverage of everything you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.